Hey, what's up guys? My name is Comrade Stakey, and today I'm going to be talking about Final Fantasy XVI and its new likely release window. A couple days ago at PlayStation CES, Project Athia was given a release window of January 2022. Now, if you're a fan of Square Enix, you know that they like to partition off their major projects. What I mean by that is they like to keep major projects to one big one a year, in terms of Final Fantasy especially. I believe that 2021 was going to be the year for the expansion for 14, and that was going to be their major thing. I thought that 2022 would then probably be whatever they had planned, maybe, probably 16 at that point, given how far along it is in development. But given recent events, I would definitely say that 2021 is almost the guaranteed area at this point. Now, the reason I say this is because I think that 2022 will be all about Project Athia. I believe that 2023, given some new trademarks that have been released and some of the developer content that they've been talking in terms of Final Fantasy VII Remake, I believe that 2023 will be the year for Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2, along with announcements for some side content. I believe they'll be probably touching on Crisis Core again, as well as there will be some type of Sephiroth exclusive content that will also be involved. Now, I'm going to be making another video on that information soon. I'll probably have a couple minutes and quite a few things to say regarding that, but for this video, the main focus is going to be Final Fantasy XVI. Now, Final Fantasy XVI is quite along in development. Unlike a lot of other Final Fantasy games where we get an announcement with a cinematic trailer alone and no gameplay, there was quite a bit of gameplay. It looked like the game had been developed quite a bit, and it's very clear that they are not taking the strategy of announcing their games 4 years in advance because, given Final Fantasy 15, people are definitely shaky about that idea, as it was kind of considered a flop and it was, advertised for years. I believe that Final Fantasy 16 is mostly done with development, and I believe that within the next month or two we are going to get a reveal trailer or a showcase or live stream or something. It just mainly depends on what Square Enix plans to do. And then I believe that fall, I would say September or maybe November, depending on where they're at in terms of, how much COVID has affected their development last year. I would say one of those two periods would be the most likely release date, window for Final Fantasy 16. And yeah, I think that people that are excited for the game, that are worried about having to wait 5 or 6 years like with what happened with 15, I would say that you don't have to worry about that. It is almost a given that this year will be the year for Final Fantasy 16, and that's definitely something to look forward to. Yoshida has been putting a lot of time into this. It's his major project, and I think that this is something that Square Enix is really wanting to focus on. I think it's their big return to form, given what happened to Final Fantasy 15. I think they want to make sure that this is successful at all costs. So I would say that if you are interested in this game and you want to hear more about it, I'll be covering any more content that releases. So if you're interested in it, throw me a subscribe, and I will definitely have some more videos about it coming out within, anytime that there's new information. And I will also, like I said before, be making another video about Final Fantasy VII Remake and some of the new trademarks that Square Enix has filed and what that could possibly mean. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and if there's any content that you want me to create or any questions that you have about Final Fantasy or anything you want to say in general, leave a comment and I would love to read them. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.